Hi everybody. Welcome to Focused Videos for your water conservation program. I'm Laurence Budd. I'm an EPA WaterSense partner and an irrigation contractor. For about 2 decades now, I've been teaching classes to the public and to contractors on ways to save water and ways to landscape better. The cities put out mailings to everybody, and usually we get 40 or 50 people to sign up, and some show up and some don't. And we've had a hard time getting a segment of the landscape industry to show up at all, and it's very important that we reach them. So I realized recently that due to internet streaming of video, a very good way to reach these people at very low cost is to make short focused videos on one topic at a time and put them on your website. Your name will be on the beginning and the end of each one with your contact information. This way, if one of your residents is at home on Sunday morning and they're reading an article about drip irrigation and they want to know more, they can go to your website, click on that video, and get a short instructional on how drip irrigation works and how to do it. I'm going to show you one of these videos now, and then I'll come back afterwards. Hi everybody, welcome to a short video on how to program your sprinkler controller. I'm Laurence Budd. I'm an irrigation contractor and an EPA WaterSense partner. I'm going to take you step by step on how to program a basic controller. Now yours may be a little different than this one, but they all have the same basic features. I'm going to show you how to set it for certain days to meet water restrictions, and I'm going to show you some neat tricks along the way to save water. All controllers have the same set of features in that we set the day and the time. We're going to set how long each station runs. We're going to set which days to water on and what times to start. And then later I'm going to show you how to use the adjustment tool. First, I'm going to set the day and time. Point your dial to the position that says set time and day. I'm going to set the year. I'm going to set the month. I'm going to set the day. I'm going to stay on 24-hour because it works well that way. And then I'm going to set the time. This is really important because if the time and day are wrong, it can mess up everything. Next, I'm going to set the run times for each zone or station. Now, I know that I'd like to run these about 12 minutes twice a week, but I know that if I run 12 minutes all at once, I'm going to start getting runoff. So I'm going to show you a trick here. Instead of 12 minutes, I'm going to set each zone to run for 4 minutes. So number 3. Zone number 4, number 5, and number 6. Next, I'm going to choose my days to water. Now, most controllers come with every day turned on. My restrictions are for Tuesday and Saturday, so I'm going to turn Sunday off and Monday off. I'll leave Tuesday on, Wednesday off, Thursday off, Friday off, and Saturday on. That was easy. Next, I'm going to choose my start times. Early morning is best. So remember how I had each zone run for 4 minutes instead of 12 minutes? So instead of having 1 start time, I'm going to have 3 start times. And I'm going to have one at around 2 a.m., one at 4 a.m., and one at 6 a.m. This way, I'll give the water a chance to run a short period and soak in before it runs off. And then I come back at 4 o'clock and do the same thing, and again at 6 o'clock. This way, the water has a chance to soak in before it runs off. Now that you know how to set the controller to not water too long at one time, I'm going to show you a really neat feature. This is called the Season Adjust. And on this controller, when it says 10% there, that means 100%. The idea is that you're watering at July or August levels. Instead of changing the run time on each station, you just change the seasonal adjust number. So if August is 100%, you can take September down to 80, October down maybe to 70, November 50%, and so on and so forth. Now 50% means if we were watering 4 minutes each time, now we're watering 2 minutes each time. So it's half the total time. Using the seasonal adjust is a great way to save water throughout the year without having to change the run times on each zone. Now the run times that I gave you of 4 minutes 3 times a day on 2 days are just a starting point. It may be cooler or hotter where you are. So you can use this as a starting point, and if it's too dry or too wet, you can turn the time up or down as needed. Or you can use the seasonal adjust to increase or decrease the overall watering. Now if you went to your controller after watching this video and nothing made any sense, please be aware that the one I used in the video is very typical of how controllers are laid out these days. If your controller is more than 10 years old or makes no sense to you, I recommend installing a new controller. They've come a long way in the last 10 years, just like computers have. I also want to show you this. This is a rain sensor. It'll attach to any controller. It goes up on the eaves, up on the gutters. And when it gets wet enough, it shuts off usually for 1 or 2 or 3 days until it dries out. And then the controller resumes its normal operation. It doesn't erase anything, and it might not rain a lot where you are, but it's still really handy to have to save some water. What you don't want to do is be watering during a rainstorm, because then you know what happens. You get those funny phone calls. Okay, there you go. Now you know how to program your basic sprinkler controller. I've given you some great tips on ways to save water and water more efficiently. Remember, water that you run down the street is water that you pay for but don't actually use. If you have an irrigation contractor, be sure and have them watch this too so they understand what to do so you can avoid being fined for runoff or watering on the wrong days. I'm Laurence Budd. Thanks for watching, and remember, the planet you save may be your own. Okay, well there you go. As you saw in this video, I was just showing people how to program their basic controller in a way to not waste water. Now I'm sure there are a lot of other topics that you can think of that you'd like to show to your residents. One of the most popular is, how do I read my water bill? I'm making a library of these videos for you to choose from and keeping them very affordable. So you can put 5 or 10 on your website at very low cost. Each one will have your name and department at the beginning and the end, and your links for people to find rebates and more information, things that you want them to know. Again, a lot of people won't show up for meetings, and this is a way to reach those people without inconveniencing them. I'm Laurence Budd. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please contact me. And here's my information. Thank you.